Have you ever noticed how being too nice can actually become a trap? Maybe you've put yourself on the back burner, doing everything to please others, but in the end, who really benefits from that? Stoic philosophy helps us see that being overly nice isn't always a sign of virtue. It's time to stop seeking approval all the time and start adopting a firmer stance, not to become someone cold or unfeeling, but to gain more respect, and above all, to be more true to yourself. Think about it. How many times have you said yes when you really wanted to say no? How often have you made a huge effort to please others and ended up feeling bad? Stoicism teaches us to have the courage to be direct, to value what is important to us, and not to fear displeasing others. I'm here to show you how this stoic firmness can protect you from being taken advantage of, while also making others take you more seriously. Stay with me until the end of this video. We'll explore why being overly nice can end up hurting you, and how to develop strength and balance to become someone more respected and self-assured. Ready for this transformation? Before we dive in, give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. It helps me keep bringing you content like this. And most importantly, hit the bell icon so you don't miss any crucial tips on Stoicism and personal growth. Now let's get to the point. Number 1. Being too nice makes people dependent on you but not respect you. When we constantly try to please others, we end up creating a dynamic where people expect us to always be available, even if it disrupts our own limits. Being calm all the time doesn't earn respect. It opens the door to manipulation and unreasonable demands. To change this, you need to start taking better care of yourself and make it clear how far you're willing to go. Here are some practical tips to implement this in your daily life. First, learn to say no firmly. Start small by saying no simply and respectfully. When someone asks you to do something you can't or don't want to do, be direct but polite. For example, "Thank you for the invitation, but I can't right now." This shows that you respect yourself and helps others understand that you have your limits. Second, organize your time and set priorities. If you find yourself saying yes to everyone, it's time to carve out moments just for you. For example, set aside a morning slot to focus on self-care, learning, or personal development, and don't let anyone interrupt, even with a good excuse. Third, pay attention to what you want and need. Many people overdo their kindness to feel accepted, but it's essential to remember that your desires matter too. Before automatically saying yes, pause and think, is this really what I want right now? When you begin to respect yourself, others will start to respect you as well. Fourth, show your limits through actions, not just words. Saying you need some time is great, but acting on that is even more crucial. If you always backtrack just to please, people won't take you seriously. If someone insists too much, be clear. I already said I can't right now, and I need you to understand that. Now that you understand how being too nice can become a problem, let's move on to the next part. Number 2, take control of your life. When you live to please others, you end up sidelining your own desires and decisions. Others start to dictate your life without you even realizing it. Stoic philosophy teaches that you should be the one in charge of your life, based on what you believe, not what others expect. Here's how to do this practically. First, discover what's important to you. The first step to taking charge of your life is understanding what you truly value. Ask yourself, what is essential to me? What makes me feel like I'm being myself? It could be honesty, freedom, peace, anything that you perceive as a priority. Once this is clear, it becomes much easier to make the right decisions for yourself without succumbing to others' pressures. Second, make decisions based on your values, not on others' expectations. Pressure from others can lead you off course. When you have to make a decision, pause for a moment and ask yourself, does this align with what I believe, or am I just trying to please others? For example, if someone tries to force you into doing something that goes against your principles, stand firm in your response and choose what's best for you, not to please anyone else. Third, be prepared to face difficulties. Being the master of your own life doesn't mean being rude or indifferent. It means being ready to stand up for what you believe in. This might cause discomfort and even resistance from those around you, but that's part of it. When you need to confront someone who's trying to manipulate you or influence your decisions, do it respectfully but without compromising what you think is right. For example, if someone tries to convince you to make a wrong decision, have the confidence to say, I understand your perspective, but the choice I made is what I believe is best. Number 3, practice emotional independence. Being responsible for your own life also means not relying on others' emotions to feel good about yourself. When you become emotionally independent, you don't need constant approval to know you're doing the right thing. A good practice is to take some time to reflect whenever you make an important decision, without waiting for others to validate your choices immediately. Reflect on your decisions and learn from them. A good leader isn't afraid to review their choices and learn from them. At the end of each day, set aside a few minutes to think about the decisions you made and their impact on your life. Ask yourself, did this decision reflect who I truly am? How can I improve to make more aligned choices? This habit of reflection will help you become firmer in your personal authority and better understand what truly matters. Now that you understand how to be the leader of your own life, you're ready to apply this in your daily routine. In the next lesson, we'll talk about how true strength lies in not relying on others' validation and how to free yourself from that. Number 4, the strength of emotional detachment. When you're always trying to please, you let yourself be influenced by the emotions and expectations of others, often forgetting what's important to you. Stoicism teaches the importance of maintaining emotional balance, meaning not letting others' opinions, criticisms, or actions dictate how you feel or act. Learn to emotionally detach. The first step to practicing emotional detachment is learning to distance yourself from the emotions that others attempt to impose on you. When someone criticizes you or tries to manipulate your decisions, take a deep breath and step back. Instead of reacting immediately, ask yourself, does this criticism truly reflect who I am, or is it just someone else's perspective? This distance will help you respond more calmly and rationally without being swept away by others' emotions. Second step, avoid acting on impulse. One of the biggest traps of trying to please everyone is the tendency to react quickly to avoid conflict or to make others happy. When you feel pressured to do something or respond immediately, take a moment to pause. Tell yourself, I'll think this over and respond when I have more clarity. This pause will allow you to make more balanced decisions that align with your values without succumbing to emotional pressure. Third step, stand firm in your truth, even in the face of resistance. When you detach from others' expectations, you begin to feel freer to be who you truly are, without worrying about what others think. This may spark resistance from some people, but it's important to hold your ground. If someone questions your decision or attitude, don't hesitate to explain calmly. I understand your point of view, but what I'm doing is what I believe is best for me. This shows confidence and the ability to stand firm without needing to justify yourself excessively. Step 5. Stop trying to control others' behavior. Part of emotional detachment is understanding that you cannot control how others think or react. Often, anxiety arises from the attempt to please or manipulate the reactions of others. Release that burden. Accept that each person has the right to think and act as they wish, and you don't need to change anything about that. Focusing on your own behavior and decisions will help you maintain your peace of mind and earn more respect. Step 6. Create a daily habit of managing your emotions. Emotional detachment isn't something that happens overnight. To stay balanced, practice emotional control every day. This might include activities like meditation, deep breathing, or journaling. As you begin to understand and manage your own emotions better, you will be able to react with more calmness and clarity, regardless of what happens around you. Now that you understand how emotional detachment is essential for gaining more respect and maintaining your inner peace, you are ready to apply this in your life. True kindness is not always pleasant. Being nice often means wanting to please others, accommodating their wishes, and avoiding problems. However, true kindness goes beyond that. Sometimes, being kind requires you to be firm and take actions that may not please everyone, but are necessary for the growth and well-being of all. Stoicism teaches us that to be genuinely good, we must know when to be firm, make tough decisions, and not be swayed by the desire to please all the time. Let's see how you can incorporate this into your daily life. Step 7. Be firm in your decisions, even if they oppose others. Being kind doesn't mean being always flexible. Sometimes true goodness requires you to make tough choices, such as saying no when someone asks for something that isn't good for you or the situation. For instance, if a friend asks for something you can't or don't want to do, be firm and say, I can't do that, but I can help you in another way. This doesn't mean being cruel, but rather being honest and respecting your own limits. Step 8. Correct with empathy, not arrogance. Part of true kindness is being able to correct others when necessary. But this should be done with understanding, not judgment. When someone makes a mistake, instead of ignoring it or being rude, use the moment to help. For example, if a coworker makes an error, instead of letting it slide, guide them positively. I noticed there was a mistake here, and I'd like to suggest a different way to handle it next time. This will help the person improve without creating conflict, demonstrating true kindness. Understand that trying to please everyone is not a virtue. Constantly trying to please everyone can be harmful, both to you and to others. When you focus solely on pleasing, you stop being true to yourself and to those around you. Instead of always seeking approval, start acting in accordance with what is best for you and the situation. This will earn you respect for your ability to make honest and balanced decisions, not for your desire to please. Learn to make sacrifices when necessary. Sometimes, being kind requires sacrificing something to help others. However, this sacrifice shouldn't be constant or detrimental to your own well-being. For example, if you need to do something you don't enjoy but is important for someone close to you, do it willingly, knowing that it will help you grow as a person. True kindness requires you to balance your own needs with those of others, without harming yourself. Don't fear difficult confrontations. Being firm also means being willing to face issues when necessary. Often, to earn respect, you need to address conflicts constructively, without fearing discomfort. For instance, if someone crosses a boundary with you, be clear and direct. This is not acceptable, and we need to resolve this. The key is to remain calm and decisive, so others know that while you are a good person, you also deserve respect and will not tolerate disrespect. Now that you know that true kindness involves being firm and making difficult decisions, you are ready to apply this in your daily life. In the next lesson, we will learn how to break free from the need for others' approval and start living according to your own values. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like. It helps me know that this content is beneficial to you and motivates me to bring more powerful lessons your way. And if you haven't subscribed yet, take a moment to subscribe to the channel. This way, you'll ensure you always receive new videos about Stoicism and a strong mindset. Free yourself from the need for approval. The constant quest for others' approval can be one of the biggest barriers to your personal growth. When you depend on others' approval to feel good, you lose your authenticity and start acting according to what others expect of you. Stoicism teaches us to be guided by reason and our own values, not by others' expectations. Let's see how you can apply this lesson and free yourself from the need for approval. Question the idea that you need to please everyone. The first step to liberating yourself from the quest for approval is to question this belief. Ask yourself, why do I need others' approval? Does it help me grow, or does it prevent me from being who I truly am? Often, the pressure to please comes from our insecurities, or the notion that we are more valuable when accepted by others. When you realize that others' approval does not define your worth, you will start to act according to your own principles. Make decisions based on what you believe is right, not on what others expect. Begin making decisions based on your own values, even if they don't please others. If you think differently from your group of friends or colleagues, don't be afraid to express your opinion. Instead of changing your stance to be accepted, maintain your integrity and be true to what you believe. This will earn you more respect from those who truly matter and show others that you are an authentic person who doesn't conform to their expectations. Practice self-awareness every day. The more you know yourself, the less you will need others' approval. Take time each day to reflect on your actions, feelings, and choices. Ask yourself, am I acting in accordance with what I believe is right? How can I improve and be truer to my beliefs? The better you understand yourself, the easier it will be to make decisions aligned with your principles, and the less you will depend on others' opinions. Be the judge of your own choices. Don't wait for others to validate your decisions or achievements. Be your own judge and celebrate your internal victories, even if no one else notices. If you've done something good, even without recognition, acknowledge the value of your action. True satisfaction comes from within when you know you did what was right, regardless of what others think. Distance yourself from people who always seek your approval. To stop depending on others' validation, it's important to stop surrounding yourself with people who expect you to fit their expectations. Seek to be around those who respect who you truly are and are willing to support you, not because you want to please them, but because you are true to yourself. If you realize that a friendship or relationship is based solely on approval, it may be time to rethink that bond and focus on relationships that nurture your true self. Now that you understand how to free yourself from the need for others' approval and live according to your own values, You are ready to apply this in your daily life. In the next lesson, we will learn how to handle tense situations and seek tranquility and respect instead of getting involved in unnecessary fights. Reject drama. Seek peace. Drama and unnecessary conflicts cause stress and distract us, especially when we try to please others or fit into their expectations. Stoicism teaches us to remain calm, regardless of what is happening around us. By distancing ourselves from drama and focusing on inner peace, we gain respect by showing that we are immune to external turmoil. Identify and avoid complicated situations. The first step is to recognize when you are being dragged into drama or conflict. It could be a negative comment, a rumor, or gossip. When you notice this, make a conscious choice not to engage. Ask yourself, is this worth it? Will it bring anything good to my life or to others? If the answer is no, step away. This helps maintain your peace and self-control, earning you respect for keeping your balance. React calmly, not impulsively. When someone tries to stir up drama or provoke you, your immediate reaction might be anger or defensiveness. However, Stoicism teaches us that by reacting impulsively, you lose the opportunity to respond calmly and rationally. If someone makes a provocative comment or tries to involve you in a conflict, take a deep breath and choose a calm and balanced response. For example, if someone starts criticizing you for no reason, you could respond, "I understand what you're saying, but I won't engage in this type of conversation." This demonstrates emotional maturity and respect for yourself. Focus on what truly matters. Drama and unnecessary conflicts can distract you from the most important things. Remember that peace comes from your ability to focus on what truly matters to you, without being sidetracked by others' opinions or actions. Create a routine that helps you concentrate on what is essential, be it personal development, work, or your most important relationships. By maintaining this focus, you become a more respectable person who doesn't get carried away by external distractions. Practice empathy without entering the drama. Maintaining peace doesn't mean being insensitive or ignoring others' feelings. You can be empathetic without getting emotionally involved in the drama. When someone approaches you with a problem or conflict, listen attentively, but don't absorb the emotional weight of the situation. Offer support in a balanced way, without letting yourself get dragged into their negativity. By doing this, you show that you have control over your emotions and that while you care about others, you won't lose yourself in their turbulence. Develop emotional self-control every day. To maintain peace, it's important to cultivate emotional self-control. This can be achieved through daily practices like meditation, deep breathing, or even writing about your feelings. The more you learn to control your emotional reactions, the easier it will be to handle difficult situations without getting involved in drama. This self-control not only improves your quality of life but also shows others that you are a calm, respectable, and focused person. Now that you know how to handle drama and maintain peace, you are ready to apply this in your life and create a calmer and more respectful environment. In the next lesson, we will see how rejection, when viewed positively, can be a powerful tool for your growth. Stay with us for the final part. Transform rejection into strength. Rejection is something we all fear, but it can be one of our greatest allies on the path to personal growth. When you stop fearing rejection and learn to use it to strengthen yourself, you begin to see life in a completely new way. Stoicism teaches us that difficulties, including rejection, are opportunities for us to become stronger and more resilient. Accept rejection as part of the process. The first thing you need to understand is that rejection is not something against you, but rather a natural part of life. Whether in a relationship, at work, or even in a friendship, you will go through moments when you are rejected. Instead of trying to resist or feeling inferior, accept that rejection is part of the journey. It doesn't diminish who you are, rather, it provides an opportunity for growth. Every time you face rejection, view it as a chance to learn. Use rejection as a learning experience. When you're rejected, instead of closing yourself off or feeling defeated, see it as a chance to reflect. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Perhaps you need to adjust your approach, learn something new, or improve some aspect of your life. Rejection is an opportunity for self-improvement and should be seen as a tool to become stronger. For instance, if you didn't pass a job interview, use that experience to prepare better for the next one. Whether it's studying more about the company or practicing for interviews, let go of the need for constant approval. One of the biggest reasons we fear rejection is the need to please others. This can be a significant obstacle to personal growth and living authentically. By learning to detach from the need for constant acceptance, You start to act according to what feels right for you, without relying on others' approval. Practice making decisions based on your own values, without seeking external validation. This will give you more confidence and free you from the continuous pursuit of acceptance. Strengthen your emotional resilience. Every time you encounter rejection and move forward, you bolster your emotional strength. Don't let rejection discourage you or make you doubt yourself. Instead, view each rejection as a step toward boosting your confidence and your ability to bounce back. A daily practice to reinforce this is to reflect on the challenges you've already overcome and how they've contributed to your growth. This will remind you that you possess the strength to overcome any obstacle. Celebrate your ability to move on. When you learn to handle rejection, you gain more respect for yourself. True strength lies not in avoiding rejection, but in how you respond to it. Each time you refuse to be shaken by a rejection, you enhance your self-confidence. Celebrate these small victories. When someone says no, or when something doesn't go as planned, acknowledge that you have the capacity to move on, learn, and improve. Now that you understand how rejection can be a powerful tool for your growth and resilience, you're ready to apply it in your life and become stronger with every challenge. This will foster a deep respect for your ability to stay steadfast no matter what happens. You'll be able to live your life more authentically and confidently. Congratulations on making it to the end of this video. This shows that you are committed to improving your life and seeking valuable knowledge to achieve greater self-sufficiency and respect. You're on the right path, and it's inspiring to see this dedication. Now, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave your comment below. If you're not sure what to say, just write, "I'm grateful," and I'll know you watched until the end and are applying these teachings in your life. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss more valuable content like this. To continue your journey into Stoicism, I'll leave 2 recommended videos at the end, filled with historical wisdom to help you grow even further. Stay strong on your journey. We'll see you in the next video.